Hi there, my name's Antonio, I'm 22 years old, I'm a video editor, I'm a graduate of the University of Bournemouth, and I have depression. It takes me hours to get out of bed in the afternoon, my sleep is non-existent, and my motivation to do anything has disappeared since I got my degree. And I think about how much better everyone I know would be without me in their life. I'm ill. I plan to get help, but before I do, I want to voice everything I can while I'm in this state. I know I'm not alone. I fully know that. I also know that I'm not well, but I'm also too mentally weak to do something right now. This is fully normal for people. But I've been conditioned in my life to keep everything inside. That it's not manly to talk about your mental health. That it's cowardly to complain and be honest about yourself. I'm working on a documentary style video about my weight loss journey, and the more I wrote, as the pages began to be filled about how I lost over a quarter of my body mass, I understood finally how much of a mental battle it all was. How much of everything is a mental battle. What's the purpose of this video? A bit like my weight loss one, which will be out when it's out. I only got one chance to get it right. I want to talk to someone like me. I know if this video goes beyond my subscribers, that somebody like me will find this video. Somebody who constantly Googles what's wrong with them. Somebody who Googles if somebody they're talking to really loves them or if they're just some plaything to them. Somebody who knows they're ill, but can't reach out. This is for you. I plan to get help one day. As soon as I can, even. But before I do, I want to talk to you. I want to lay everything out. Maybe hearing something so relatable from a stranger could help you work out what's wrong with you. I guess this is my therapy. If anybody who knows me sees this, I'm sorry for destroying any good faith you had in me, or any perceived image you had of me. I just want to help somebody like me out there not feel alone. This is me talking to a camera and hoping somebody will listen to what I have to say. I wrote this entire thing out yesterday. I spent an entire day doing it, so that's why I'm going to be looking at the screen a lot. I want to get this right. The script is in the description if you want to read it. And also, if you'd rather just read it than watch this, that's perfectly fine. I'm a video editor. I'm alone 24/7. That's like a given when this is your career. This desk right here is my life. If you want to become a video editor, at least for the internet, I work on the internet, not in the film industry or TV industry. I can't comment on that and don't want to do any comments on that because then I'd be just telling you lies. But yeah, your desk has to become your life if you want to become an internet video editor. You have to give up so much just to get somewhat good at this. I gave up so much to get as far as I have, and even then, I'm not proud of myself. I live a heavily sheltered life. The internet is my home. I grew up here. I make most of my money from here. I've met people that I believe are special to me on here. But it messes with you. You forget how to talk in person. Sure, I can articulate my thoughts right now because, I'm speaking to a lens and I'm reading off a script. But in real life, if I'm talking confidently to you, I must really be grateful for your time or really like you. And sometimes, only talking online makes you talk weirdly. I've been told I over-explain. I've been told that it's like I talk to myself. I've been told I'm too nice. I'm trying to work on that. I live in rural England, so there are not many people around here. I have major anxiety. If I'm talking to somebody I believe I really care about, my mind just doesn't react. I wallow constantly in my own thoughts, thinking about each reply so carefully because I just want to make the other person happy. I've told nobody I'm making this. But when I do, I'm making it public. This is going on social media, this is going on Facebook, this is going on Twitter. That terrifies me. The internet is absolute. If somebody wanted to, they could dig up a mistake I've made in my career and ruin me. I took every precaution I could when I was working to become a video editor. I hid my face. I hid my name. Heck, I'm being careful here right now. No names of people are being said. I've made it my duty to make sure nobody who knows me will be found. But people are smart. This video is going to last forever. Way after I'm dead, this video will still be online. I'm ready for that. Mental health, from what I've learnt, is always going to be an issue. And what annoys me is nobody really talks about it. It's seen as taboo to open up about your feelings to somebody. Heck, I'm scared to open up to somebody. The fact that I had to hover over the send button for 30 minutes to ask for help from someone I really care about, only then to feel disgusted when I click send. This video fucking terrifies me. People are going to see the real me. Employers may see this. Not the me I put out on the internet. I'm probably going to get angry messages of, why didn't you try and reach out? And was that about me? If you're watching this and you're in the same boat as me, you've done one of a few things probably. You tried to reach out. You tried to reach out to the person you believed you trusted the most to be met with nothing. It hurt, didn't it? You kept asking yourself, well, this. Was it something I said? I shot that for a comedy video I'm working on about being a video editor. But when I shot that bit, I don't know, it just felt right. It felt like I was finally getting out some emotion that was always inside me. Maybe you didn't want to reach out because you know you would just worry someone. Or maybe you did, you talked, nothing changed. I remember when I started online dating, I've met someone through it that I hope I can try and keep in my life, but besides that one case, I've never had a connection with someone in the 6 years I've been online dating. I have to tread lightly here, as this may end up sounding, I don't know, incel-y, but I really don't enjoy online dating. I'm somebody who loves to get to know people, which is odd as anxiety, but I really do love getting to know someone. Hell, I started a podcast about that, gabbing about, just so I could get to know new people, learn about their lives, their struggles, and what they want to do in life. But I've found so many people struggle to open up. I've had people mock me for trying to get personal, asking why, if I ever ask a question that's a bit out there, because I just want to get to know them more. As I said, I just love getting to know people. Ironic, innit? Back to online dating, it's just one-dimensional. And I am no saint here. Every sexual encounter I've ever had has been from online dating. I regret that. I was in a hurry to try and grow up, get that part out of my mind, but I feel like I almost lost a part of me. I have pals trying to coach me on how to use online dating apps, but if I can't be the real me, then what's the point? I remember, right, I used to get so many matches only because of my YouTube status at the time. I had photos with online pals from conventions and the such, and they only ever matched with me to try and get a foot in the door with that content creator. That can destroy someone mentally, man. To so many people, my worth was down to a number and a person. I thought that for a long time too. To me, life was worth living to see a number on YouTube rise up for a time, but not anymore. I plan to delete all these apps as a step towards making myself better. All they do is just oppress me. Do you ever wish that you could go back to being the old you? I remember when I was like 15, I was always happy. People knew to come to me if they needed cheering up. I compare myself then to now, and I just feel like younger me would be so embarrassed by who I am. What I've become. Sure, I lost some weight, I got some views, I got a piece of paper, well, card actually, that says I'm good at something, but it doesn't mean anything to me. I don't smile anymore. Not a real smile. I guess I smile sometimes when I speak to someone I care about, as I'm grateful for their time. But I don't think I could tell you the last time I was happy. Graduation wasn't happy for me. Getting a video editor gig didn't bring me joy. I just feel like I'm a husk. A gross, boring, emotionally dead husk. You ever try to be a good brother while feeling dead inside? It can't work. I hope they don't turn out like me. It's odd. I do enjoy making content. The stuff I do for work is whatever, but I have been told by people who watch the videos that it brings them joy into their life. My most recent video, the PlayStation Move one, although it was not promoted at all, the people that did watch it said they loved it. They say that I level up every time I upload. Well, this is going to be a downgrade, huh? Comedy. Comedy is always used to mask true emotion. But living like I do, constant self-deprecation where the butt of the joke is always you, you're always the thing that's wrong, it gets to you eventually. You start to believe all the jokes. You become the joke. You are the joke. Purpose in life is what I believe keeps you going. When I was losing weight, that was the most motivated I've been in my entire life. I made a movie for Amazon during that time, I finished my degree, but once that clock struck 6 AM, hours before the final deadline, after I just finished editing the audio for my movie that was not finished yet due to a third party, I felt everything kind of leave me. The what now feeling sank in. I should be grateful. I've done some cool things online for my age. I've had a video I was in break a mill when I was a teen. I work for a 1 million+ subscriber YouTube channel as the job I always wanted, a video editor. But I feel so empty. With no goal, I don't have a purpose. That's why I brought the old GHMV channel back, even though I knew it would get no views and no promotion because it's such an old channel. It's funny, the amount of time I put into the personal channel and my podcasts versus my actual paid work is kind of mental. I would be a fair bit richer if I put all of that time and dedication into my work. But what are you going to do? I'm scared to put this out. This honesty is probably going to cost me some friendships, relationships, and future opportunities. But I feel like I have to talk to someone. It annoys me that I feel most comfortable in front of a lens and a microphone than I do speaking to my own family. What's wrong with me? If I had to try and give myself a dream or a purpose, it would be to entertain. Although I don't take thanks very well, I could have a person send me a message saying they love me, but then I would just think, oh, they sent that to other people too. I'm self-destructive. I'm the guy that you always see in rom-coms and shit that has an obvious opportunity to connect with someone, but then pushes them away out of fear. I'm trying to work on that too. But I feel like I've pushed people away one too many times to the point where there is no going back. Is it love? Is it an obsession? Is it loneliness? And I just don't want to be alone anymore to share the few things that I still enjoy with someone. I don't know anymore, man. And I ask myself this every day. Who's going to love me if I can't even stand myself? Death is something that doesn't bother me anymore. We're surrounded by it from such a young age, and you have to understand that it's your fate. I fully got used to it working as a cleaner in a hospital. In my opinion, you really can't work in healthcare without being comfortable around death. You can do whatever you want, but it's going to come. That's why I'm making this. To try and take those steps to fixing myself, so that I won't have as many regrets. Hopefully this video won't be a regret. And if you're watching this and feel super negative right now, firstly, thanks for being here. And more importantly, I hope my open therapy session right now is helping you, at least in some way. Maybe you worked out you're not alone. I don't know. I just hope it helps you. Procrastination is a big one for me. When you work freelancer, that saying, time is money, is literal. You waste an hour, that money is gone. You miss that opportunity, it's never coming back. You grow to hate yourself if you do something that's not your work, since your success is measured by your determination. I started off motivated with my job, but after being beaten into submission so many times, having every creative bone in my body ground into dust, would you want to log in and be told your work is wrong? Criticism is how we improve. The first video I put out on this channel was released in 2012, and it was an AMV edit of bosses from Ocarina of Time as a birthday present to somebody I know, because, I was a kid, I didn't have money, so I got creative. But saying you're wrong in the creative industry is kind of stupid to me. There are for sure things you need to get right. The camera has to be in focus, the right resolution, the edit has to make sense. But besides technicalities, anything goes in my opinion. Most creative people have a style, and if you're an employer bringing on creative people, you should be grateful if your person has a style. It means they have a creative vision. It means they have a story to tell. It means they care. I made an interactive short movie with like a big crew, or at least big in my standards, for Amazon, but I only really think now, with my PlayStation Move video and Rocky video, that I'm actually starting to find a style that works for me. Us creative types are really stubborn. We're never happy. We're normally only happy with a product at the start and right at the end, because that means it's finally over. Any creatives out there, you know what I'm on about. At least I hope you do. And to all creatives, I hope you do get that chance to make that dream project one day. I hope you do. I believe in you. More than I do myself. I've always wondered what I would be like if I grew up in a different place. I had to escape to a place called Bournemouth to grow as a person. Before then, for my 18 years I'd been alive at the time, I had no room to grow as a person. Well, okay, the developing years, they're the main years, aren't they? Where you grow up really does affect you, I feel. I'm jealous of them city folk for growing up in a socially invigorating place, to develop their social skills properly. Circumstance really is everything. My family wonder why I'm such a fucking moron in life. I grew up in a place where the only thing I could talk to was the trees in the fucking back garden. I hate myself for the fact that every time I speak to someone, especially the opposite sex, I always put them above me. That just means shit's gonna pile up on you until it crashes down. It happened. I can tell you the exact moment it happened. I tried to reach out to someone just to be ignored. A switch flipped. Now I'm growing to resent that person. I shouldn't. It's not their fault. Or is it? I don't know anymore. I have no idea how well this has come out. How you've reacted to this. Maybe you're annoyed at me. I'm somebody who has it better than you. And you're like, oh, shut it, you twat. Quit moaning. Which I agree with. Maybe you can relate to this. Maybe you had this on in the background. Whatever it is, thanks for being here. This was recorded on the 14th of May 2020. So in the UK, this nasty virus that we all know about has put us in lockdown for a while. As an online creator, that hasn't changed my life very much. I can't go to the gym, I can't go to the cinema, but besides that, I have no reason to go outside. Has that messed with me? Well, it didn't for a bit, but then it really started to hit me after like 4 weeks. All this has really shown me how much I have wrong with me. When I don't have movies and my fitness, I really see how much of a bad person I am. It took this to realise how socially dead I am. How if I did disappear, not many would ask how I am. The reason for that being, they only remember me when I start a conversation. I mentioned death, but not suicide. It crosses my mind. Sometimes. I remember the first time I tried. It was in secondary school. It went wrong, obviously, and if I wanted to do it right, I know how to, so something kept me back. I was in shock for ages. I told somebody I wanted to trust my mistake. And then word got around school. That was almost like a turning point for me. mentally. After that, it was all downhill. That was the first kick to my trust issues, something I really, really have now. You kind of develop them when you work on your own because you get this mentality of if you don't do it yourself, it's going to be done wrong. Which is like the first lesson you learn in filmmaking. It's not like that. Teamwork really does make the dream work. You can't do everything on your own. But what keeps me back, what keeps me alive, is that I know I'll let people down if I die. That's the easy option. So many people have used so much time and energy on me that if I die now, it will be a waste of all of that effort. All of that possible potential gone. Just because I hate myself. It will hurt people in the long run too. People don't think about the people that are left on the earth when you're gone. How it messes with them. How they start to question what they could have done. And the cycle just continues. That's why I want to get better. Some people say they're proud of me. But I want to be the kind of person that's proud of themselves. I want that self-confidence that you always see on the internet. As somebody who's worked with big names, I hate how fake the entire entertainment industry is. Nobody cares. It's all about the final product. Which I get that. It's perfectly fine. The product is the final thing that matters. It's the only thing that matters in a production. It's just something I've learned in my experience. I'm scared for the moment people I know see this. People see me as like the nice guy, but that's really bitten me in the ass so much in life. Getting trampled on mentally. Abused by having my emotions played with. This really annoys me. I used to be so damn mentally strong. Happy all the time. Seeing the best in everything. Now I don't know. I'm scared of being isolated even more now than I already am. Worried about the judgment constantly. I just need self-confidence, man. Fuck, I thought losing weight would help me with that. And it did. For like a week. What's wrong with me? Am I boring? Annoying? Am I a burden? What is fun for me anymore? The one creative passion I have is now my work. And I think that's normal, to start to dislike what you do for work no matter what it is. Movies have lost all value to me, despite my degree. Podcasts are now just an excuse to talk to people and try and validate myself. Gaming, something I adore. Nothing. I keep going back to Naruto Storm 4, a game I 100%ed after like 30 odd hours. Now I have 80 hours in it. Because I'm good at it. It's second nature to me. But I never feel anything anymore. Hell, even jerking off isn't fun anymore. It makes me sad. It makes me feel empty. It makes me feel lonely. I'd rather have a hug than sex. You feel more. You understand someone more that way. It's odd, in the social age, where people are so easy to contact, you feel so alone. Waiting for that reply sucks. I feel so stupid whenever I get annoyed that nobody responds. Why should they? They have lives, you're not a priority. But I guess it's just annoying when you make them a priority. I honestly try my hardest to make my friends happy. Is that wrong? Am I the idiot? I'm starting to wonder if all this social media is good for me mentally. People only show their good sides. It seems scary to people to show their bad sides. If I ever did, it would get ignored and people would look down on me. Or at least, that's how I think it went. I don't know, they won't respond to my messages. Do I have a hero complex? Do I just want to help people for my own personal gain? Do I have no empathy? Too much empathy? Fuck. Twitter and YouTube really are like my lifeline. Yes, YouTube is how I make my money, but I check it and consume it daily. I fall asleep to YouTube every night. It's my view into the wide world. Same with Twitter. My life is memes, opinions, and videos about video games. My unusual way of speaking and typing is from the fact that I grew up online. You know how people have like a certain accent if you live somewhere during your developing years? Well, I grew up on the streets of the web. And yes, that sounds really nerdy. So what made me do all this today? Well, firstly, I saw this lad on YouTube called Never Give Up talk about his life about being ugly. And it was really interesting to hear his thoughts and his stories, so I wanted to try and throw my hat in the ring and hopefully help others. Then I went into this rabbit hole of psychology videos, people's stories and TEDx talks about mental health. People take refuge in videos about mental health, but never want to discuss them. Discuss what's wrong with them. To top it off, yesterday afternoon, after lying in bed for hours, not being able to move, I finally called the Samaritans. After hovering over that call button for so many years, I finally took that leap. After calling and getting hung up on, for some reason, I don't know what happened there, I talked to someone for about an hour. It felt amazing. Well, it felt horrible, but it felt amazing. Although I got cut off, which blows as I never got to say thank you to her, it helped for like a few minutes. Then I had the idea for this video. To help somebody out there who may feel alone. I did write out this whole section with advice and stuff, but how can I give advice to someone when I'm not well myself? If anything, I would love you, the person watching right now, to comment below. What brought you here? Why are you watching this? What are you feeling? Maybe we can help each other? I don't know. I really don't know. But I'll put what I can in the description. I've contacted healthcare professionals and the links they have provided are in the description, as well as helpful links and phone numbers I have used in the past. To me, all this stuff I've seen before, but it never helped me. It may help you though. I've tried to get help in the past. I went to counsellors in secondary school and university, but they never really helped. The problem is always in you, I find. You have to work out what it is. At least when it comes to personal issues, not if you've unfortunately lost a friend or family member, or had a traumatic event. That's more obvious and a different kettle of fish, way out of my pay grade. But even then, depression is unexplainable a lot of the time. Heck, I probably just talked for 20 plus minutes about wow, I am sad, and I still don't know what's wrong with me. I think. All I know is, I don't want your pity, please. But what I do want to do is apologise. If I've ever annoyed you, angered you, pestered you, I don't know what I'm sorry. And if you saw this being memed or whatever on Reddit, hi. I feel really silly making this. There are so many more important things to worry about than my stupid, dumb feelings. People with more important issues. People that have a much worse life than me, but they can still wake up and smile. I watched so many TED Talks of people with their lives together and talking about their philosophies in life, and I was just mesmerised by how they could do it. Was this script really worth spending an entire day writing? I moved from this chair twice in that day. One to eat, one to shit. Hell, the world is in ruins right now due to a virus, and I'm sat here moping. I hate this. I hate me. This is the wake-up call for me. I hope it will be the same to you if you feel this way. If you're doing fine, then maybe use this video as a chance to not be weirded out when somebody wants to get to know you more. Use this as a chance to reflect on how you've treated people. Was that the right thing to say? That's why I said I'm sorry to anybody I've angered or annoyed. I want to be better. I hope I can look back at this video in a year, 2 years, 5 years and reflect on how I felt. But for now, I guess it's one step at a time. And to me, this really was the first step. Talking to someone. Even if it's just a camera lens right now. If you're watching this, I know someone's listening. I'm sorry I don't know the answer. But I hope we can talk about this more before it ruins us. Thank you.